expectations are, you should have known how.
Because at the end of the day, whomever your family is, that's who you really love and you want to protect.
A lot of times men don't. We don't grieve. We're not vulnerable.
I'm on a battlefield in war for my family, and it ain't always gonna be.
Welcome, Chanel. Welcome, Tara. Thank y'all for tuning in early in the morning. Early in the morning, I cook breakfast at you. I don't know the rights to that song, but I don't own the rights to that song, though. But I had to say it. Good morning, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another segment of Early Morning Coffee with Marvina and her BFF. Wait, let me get it right. Yvonne. Will we give our voice to the voiceless? And we let you say whatever is on your minds. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good
I'm
morning.
just singing my song today. I'm just excited.
Sing it, baby.
Yeah,
sing it.
I'm singing it. Well, in my cup this morning, I am drinking some turmeric tea. I'm kind of trying to lay a little bit off let me just say this. I'm trying to lay a little bit off the coffee situation because, like I said last Saturday, I feel like I'm growing instead of decreasing, I'm increasing. Okay? And I'm not saying it's a bad thing because sometimes it's helping also with the digestive stuff and all that stuff. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's the part I love about it. But this morning, I'm just feeling like some tea this morning, some more or less settling. Even about what we get ready to talk about today, I really feel like a little tea was just something that I really need to do today. So, anyway, BFF, what's going on in your neck of the woods? Because you sure ain't in Georgia.
No, I'm not in Georgia. I am in South Kakalaki. For those of you guys who don't know what that means, I'm in South Carolina. I am at one of my grandson's tournaments, a baseball tournament. And as you can see, I'm a little hoarse. So already dealing with some other throat problems and everything. Now I'm hoarse because I was doing all this screaming and yelling last night. The game it actually started early. I don't like that it started early. So by the time we got to the game, it already started. But we lost. But I have to say this first. Let me go. Hold on. I'm drinking some coffee this morning. I'm drinking Rise coffee with some equal and some French vanilla. It seems a little off because I didn't have things to properly measure. So I had to try kind of guesstimate what it's supposed to be and everything. So I think I did a little bit of something and not enough of the other. But it is what it is. It's so expensive. I'm going to drink it. I promise you that much. But last night I was at the game and I don't know. My boys were scared. I don't know if they were scared, if they were tired, if they played too much. Remember we talked about them. I think when you have tournaments and things of that nature, parents have to get with it. You have invested all this money. You got to train them the proper way. They need to rest before these big events and things of that nature. They outside running around up and down the street and playing and all this other kind of stuff. And they got there and played like they didn't know each other. Like they literally didn't know each other. It was down to the 10 minutes before the game ended. It was 5-0. Look at my face. 5-0. I drove 6 hours to 5-0. We never play like that. We got beat last week. We got stomped out last week. We got one. But but they were still playing. This week, but last night, I will say this: my grandson, he did not pitch his best. He was nervous too, but he kept us from being scoreless. And in the bases loaded, he came in. He almost had a grand slam. He hit it to the wall, and he was the only one that didn't make it. Didn't make it in on that. But we wound up. We lost the game 5-3. So the tournament is kicking off again in about an hour. We got like 3 games today, and 2 or 3 games tomorrow. So that's kind of where we are. It's a lot of different rules. See, I can't chew no gum. I can't have no sunflower seeds. You can't yell. You can't say nothing to the oh, I had to keep getting up, walking off. Keep getting up, walking off. So I'm learning a lesson in temperance.
You spend so much money for these folks to be treating you like you that y'all can't do anything but they. I mean, I get it. You do have unruly parents and
Oh
things
yeah.
like that. And I get a lot of these rules came up with because of the way the parents act and different things like that. But it's just a lot. I see it. I'll be watching you, and I honor you, give you like all your kudos for being there for your grandkids and this, that, and the other. Because I did it with my son. I did it with my
Yeah.
children, but really with my youngest, I did all the sports stuff with him.
Quick feet run.
Recreation. Yep, quick feet Ronald. But I get it. When you're supposed to, and then
He
we
didn't
was
want to
speaking.
get hit, so he would run.
Yeah, we was speaking. Me and my auntie was talking yesterday, and we was talking about how if you put
Happy
in,
belated birthday, Auntie.
yeah, what? Let me get it out first. When you put in your children in these type of sports and recreation stuff and arts and stuff, you subject them to do great things as they get older. Most of them turn around. Most of them turn around and they learn discipline and things like that. And the great part about it is having a support system, which is you and Will and all his Grammys and G-Mons and mamas and daddies and all that stuff, which is good. That's a good thing, and I commend you and your family for being there with them with all your grandkids every step of the way. So we miss you again. We'll see you in a minute when you get back home on Monday.
Oh yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
yes. But
I'm
enjoy
sleep all on
yourselves.
sleep that whole 6 hours back.
Good. And you enjoy yourselves. I understand it's about
Yes,
winning
ma'am.
and losing and all that stuff, but it's really about having fun.
Oh yeah.
We gotta
Oh
we
yeah.
gotta remember that these kids are children. Like you said, you gotta discipline them to wanna win, but they gonna play,
Yeah.
they gonna and have fun. They don't want to.
And I did have that conversation this
Yeah,
morning.
yeah.
Xavier was sitting here, and I said, so what's your game plan for today? He's like, oh well, I'm getting there, I'm gonna catch you. He got 14 years old. His voice is like radio announcer B. Get in there, and I'm gonna do this. And I said, but you're missing out on the most important thing. What are you supposed to be doing? He said, oh yes, ma'am. Have fun, ma'am. I'm going to have fun. And then some of the other kids came in. They were like, G-Ma. He said, no.
Don't be calling my grandma.
They said, okay, Miss Vaughn, we're gonna have fun. I said, get out there. Dance. Have fun when your little walk-up music come on. I said, you guys didn't do any of that last night. I said, and I get it. They said they were nervous about the park. It is a beautiful park. It looks like we are at like Turner, what is that? The baseball park in Atlanta or something like that. And it's built around the shipyard, so we're on the water. The park is built like a ship. It is absolutely beautiful. But I told them, okay, shake that off. Shake that off, y'all. Get over that. Let's get out here and play with that. Let's make it happen and have fun.
I'm excited for them. Whatever they bring back, because they be getting these rings and oh my God, I thought you look at all these NFLs and all this stuff, get these big old rings. How many rings do Xavier have? Do you remember?
Xavier has about 20 some odd rings, and Braxton has probably about between 14 and 20.
Them
And we
children,
haven't,
and I wish I
We
could
haven't
see
had to
these
pay for
rings.
anything
Actually,
this
looks
long.
like I mean, you would not believe these rings. These rings are
Like a Super Bowl ring or
like
something.
a Super Bowl ring. Like they give these kids, and I commend them. They they do put the money into these children and do these things. So anyway,
Yeah.
well, we're not going to go ahead on and we're not going to do the current event because I know in a minute you have to get up out of here. So we're going to go ahead on. So for this, today we're going to unpack two powerful words: the I am, not what we call. Let me see. How can I say it? Not what they call you, not what they are being like, what you think about yourself, but who you declare yourself to be. Because, I am is like either a limit or it can set you free. A lot of people don't realize what I am is. We think that I am, we just say it. We use it sometimes in our everyday life and not realize what I am is and what we declare in I am. I was reading for the last 2 weeks. I've been really paying attention to my I am. I told Yvonne I would like to talk about this because I feel that a lot of times when we utilize I am, we're declaring things over our lives and we don't really pay attention to what we're saying and what we're praying about, and where I am came from. And if you dig further down into the I am, you'll find out that you are you are a being that I am, and how Jesus used I am, and I think he used it 7 times, and then you saw about Moses with the I am. But we're gonna get all into that I am. We're gonna go into the spiritual part of it, but I really want to do the declaring part of it. We'll touch on it. We'll touch a little bit on it. But until then, right after this, I always bring in a little introduction. My little videos. I hope you enjoy it, and then you can get a kind of understanding on what I am is and what we're going to talk about. So stay tuned. Right after this, me and Yvonne are going to come in and we're going to talk about I am. So hold on.
I had to listen to the words I was saying about myself. Every I am was shaping me. Even the ones you said without thinking, those carried weight too. I used to say I'm tired, I'm not enough, like it was truth. But that wasn't truth. That was what you learned. I watched struggle growing up, and I made it mean something about me. You made it mean you weren't deserving, yes. Like I wasn't meant to have more, but you were never lacking. You were carrying a mindset that wasn't yours, and I brought it into my life, into how I saw myself, into what you allowed, into what you believed. Not realizing that wasn't who I am. So who are you now? I am learning, I am growing, I am letting go. Say it again. I am no longer in lack. That's right. I am no longer that mindset. You've outgrown it. I am stepping into something new. Call it what it is. I am deserving. Yes, you are. I am worthy. Always have been. I am walking in prosperity. Now you see it. I wish I could have told my younger self. You just did. I am no longer who I was. You are who you choose to be.
you, BFF.
You show up and you show out every week, Marvina.
Thank you.
That was wow.
Yes.
Wow.
And I just wanted to give y'all an understanding on when you declare. When you just say I am, you're actually declaring something over your life. Like when you say you are something, whatever, you're declaring these things in your life on who you are. Now, as you seen on the video, I'm just gonna play back on the video. Sometimes when you, as a child, you start seeing yourself as a certain way because of your environment, the way you raised, the things that you for you, it's like I'm declaring I am sad, I am unworthy, I am stupid. And then your parents, being that they're the way they are, and they only do the best that they can. And I'm gonna say this because that's the same thing that happened with me. I only went and did the best I could when it came down to raising my children, not understanding what and how we are affecting our children as they are growing up. By telling them they're worthless, you're just like your father, your dad didn't want you, I'm tired of being bothered with you, you always being bad, I can't, and then you start developing these I ams in your head at a young age. And you don't realize at that time how the I am affects your children as they growing up. Yvonne, do you remember any I ams that you heard, or those things that you became a I am because of what you was taught as a child?
Yes. It was always I don't have enough. You're not enough. You're not going to be. You're not supposed to be. You're too big. You don't look like your siblings. They're smaller. It was always what I wasn't. Not for, and I have to say this, not from, I want to clear something up, not from my mom and my dad, but from those around. So I really went into a shell because I felt like people on the outside did not accept me for who I am. And so it became a negative connotation for me. It was anything that was associated with what I am was negative. Because people on the outside, and I felt like my mom, my dad, and my sisters, they're going to support me because they love me, But everybody else, they don't know me on that level to love me or have that respect for me. So it was like, it was always what I wasn't, or something's wrong with her because she's so quiet. She don't behave like the other ones, or she's a nerd because she likes this, and because I was that, I was that thinker. So I was on a whole different level. So everything that was associated, that somebody said something about me as I am, I associated that as a negative connotation, negative, and I have to say this, last weekend we were in Macon and we went to that museum, and one of the very last displays that we saw touched me so deeply because I was looking at I am from the great I am perspective, and then you came to me and said, no, I'm talking about what we feed into ourselves, and that display showed I am broken, I'm not worthy, you should have died, all these things that was in that display. And it really hit me, and I looked at it like this, the truth of the matter is words matter. They matter so much, especially, like you said, Marvina, the words that we speak over ourselves. Life and death are in the power of the tongue, and sometimes we don't even realize that what we're saying to ourselves, what we're saying to our children, is prophesying our own struggle by what we keep saying. It's like we're putting it into our system. Because Marvina broke this down to me. She said, the things that you're saying can manifest themselves. She said, Mom, you have a very powerful sense of manifestation. She said, I've seen you say, this is going to happen, I'm going to do this, and it occurs. But what about the negative things that you're saying? And I never thought about that until she broke it down to me. Sometimes, we say things, and I know I was saying it. I'm tired, like I'm tired, I'm in pain, I'm hurting, I'm broke, I'm not enough. I know growing up, I used to say, I always mess things up. Nobody understands me. Even in my adult years, I would tell Marvina all the time, I just kind of keep to myself because nobody understands me. And I used to feel that I would never get ahead. And, after a while, those words stop being feelings and they start becoming your beliefs.
Yeah, exactly. And it shapes your mind. It really shapes whatever you believe. When you say I am, it comes from a belief
Yeah.
about yourself. Um, and my theory on the I am made it where, as God had said to, and I'm gonna bring this because I said I'm gonna bring in a little bit of the spiritual part of it. We talk about, like, in Exodus 3 and 14, when Moses was at the burning bush and he said, who do you say who do I say you are? Or he said, I am who I am. And
Mm-hmm.
that right there is God's self-existence, all power. He didn't
Mm.
put a noun behind it. He didn't put, I'm a creator, I'm a this, I'm a that. Because when you take away all of that nouns and you just say, I am, that means you are part of divine order. You are a part of
Mm.
an existence. You are now. You
Yes.
are who you are right now. See, most of our prayers, and we pray these things all the time. We pray, and they're like past, present things. I mean, there's things that you want in the future. You want things to happen. But when you say I am, you talking about right now. So when you speaking these things out your mouth and saying I am, you are
Mm.
presently putting something into your spirit, a order. I am this. And really, you're not that. It's your belief that you are. Because see, God didn't make us to be all these I am after I am. He didn't make us tired. He didn't make us not enough. He didn't make us selfish. He
Mm.
didn't, even when you look at yourself, you say, my nationality, I am African American. Are you really an African American? Or I am an African American? You look at these descendants, you look at these things because in the natural eye, that's what you see. You see these things. You see
Mm-hmm.
yourself as these things. That's what you believe. I am a teacher. I am a preacher. I am this. I am that. Those things pass away. And then what do you have after all of that? You have I am.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So I am who I am. It's like God telling you you are part of a being and we are not separated. Everyone thinks that because we look at these things as who we are, we're separated, but we are part of one divine order. I am. So what are you saying about yourself when you say I am? Are you saying
That's right.
that
That's
you
right.
are?
Cause yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, no. I was just getting ready to say because before you even get your day started, are you speaking life over yourself, or you tearing yourself down before the world can even get a chance to do it? And I had to embrace that. And yeah, I just had to throw that in there. I
Yeah, because
just
when
wow.
and sometimes people need to get in the habit of, once they get up, once they get, because let me tell you something about when you wake up in the morning, the first thing in the morning, a lot of people are still working off the residue of yesterday.
Mm.
They look at
Mm-hmm.
everything that's happening. They even start making up stories about what they're gonna do throughout the day. But what if you get up out the bed and speak I am? Not don't give a noun behind it. Just say I am. And normally your mind, your ego, things that's going on in you, is going to want to put something behind it. But try to resist on saying I am something. Just say I am. Okay?
Mm.
Own it.
Jesus.
I am. And start when we start our day off in the morning, that first 5 seconds you wake up, I put any amount of money, I could just say it, 3 seconds you wake up, you start putting a whole lot of information in your and start where exactly where you finish off where you left off yesterday. So what if we start working with the I am enough. I am growing.
Wow.
I am whole. I am guarded, guided. I am loved. I am becoming. I am a creator. Start with the I am and stop looking at and declaring the negative part of the I am. And you think about how many times during the day you say you I am. Let's think about it. Give yourself a few seconds and think about how many times you I am.
Excuse me.
I used to wonder when this was just last week, I started taking notes on my I am. And I started really paying attention to what I was declaring over my life. Okay? I even paid attention to Yvonne. I paid attention to her. I was just paying attention to the I am. And what we say when we say I am. I heard a young man when we was at I think we went to, no, it was the outlet. This young man, he was like, I looked at him, I said, wow. He said, and I said, you okay? He said, I'm just tired. I said, so you're tired all the time? He said, no, I'm tired right now. I said, so you need to declare something better than that. Well, I am getting my rest. I am resting. I'm resting. Whatever you need to put in instead of that negative declarance of who God did not say you was. And he was like, he looked at me, he was like, thank you. And I said, no, thank you. Because you gave me an understanding as who I am. I love you, Zach. I'm glad you're here. I just realized right then and there when I was able to speak to this young man that I am an encourager. I can encourage people. And I was talking to this other lady, which, we had this conversation, I can't say any names, and she was like, I said, well, I drive all the time. I'm always driving. I'm always on the road driving because that's what my job is. And she was like, well, you're not really complaining. I said, well, that's what I do. I said, I am not complaining, but I'm definitely going to encourage myself always. I said, if I can walk around encouraging other people, I definitely can encourage myself. So I am an encourager. Good morning, Pharaoh.
Yeah. Coming off of this, it was so funny because, like I said, people say the rabbit hole. This took me down a rabbit hole of a different thought process with everything. And I'm glad that this was a topic that you brought up. Because I know I would wake up and I would say, girl, I'm just feeling so bad. Oh my God, I'm so tired. And I'm like, golly, she's right. That's how I'm starting my day. So what I started doing when I started studying on this? I said, let me practice this for the next few days. And the first thing I did when I woke up is always giving honor to God. And then I took a deep breath and said, I am alive. And let me tell y'all something. When I spoke those words, before I even planted my feet solidly on the ground, it was like a whole different energy, a whole different charge went through my body. And I'm not making this up. And then I said, I am blessed. I am capable. I am chosen. And I am healed. A lot of people don't know my story, but I am healed is something I put that into my spirit, I put that into my energy. I had to have some tests done. And when I tell you those test results came back on a whole different level, not what the doctors were expecting, but because I know my God, what I believe in what I am expecting. And I started putting that all into my thought process. And then I said, I am worthy. I am worthy. And I had to, I really sat, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I really sat with this one. And Marvina knows me. I am quick to take a sit and just really think on something so that when we're talking, when we're speaking on it, I really want to resonate within my soul. And I said, golly, how many times have I spoke the negative I ams without even realizing it? And like you said, Marvina, how often do you stop and think about the I ams from a positive side? And you know, after a while, what you keep saying stops being just words and starts becoming what you believe. And now it's like when I hit the ground running, before I can even think about it, I'm already saying I am. And I am having a wonderful day. I am, you know. And when I tell y'all my days, and I'm gonna tell you something else I added in there, I am not slow. And you know me, I'll get up and I'll be like, girl, I'm just so slow. It takes me so long to get together. When I tell you, since I've been saying that, this morning, I woke up at 6 o'clock. I got myself together. I had breakfast. I had time to sit and have a conversation with my grandson. I had time to get online. I had time to check everything. All because I changed my thought process from the negatives to the positive. I'm feeding into my spirit and my energy the positive sides of the I ams. Thank you, and Marvina, I want to, like I said, I want to thank you for that, because had you not brought this subject,
Thank God. It don't have nothing. It don't have. I'm just the vessel, and I try not to be a crack in the vessel either. You know, and mine's is basically I am in a true place. I love using that. I am in a true place, a place of gratitude because I'm grateful today. Not because of, oh, I just woke up this morning, but just for everything that I deal with during the daytime. And I was at this place one time when it was when things would get so crazy that I would react, like get crazy with it. I mean, everything, my emotions begin to it. I mean, but now when I learned that I am in a true place of gratitude about everything that goes on in my life, whether it feels good or not, I'm able to sit back with peace of mind, understand that this happens, so is life, knowing this is just a momentary thing and it too shall pass.
That's right.
I've learned that to learn what my true place is. And I am in a true place of being grateful today, of what's in the bag, for everyone who listens and gets a little bit about out of it, for being a light just into what people have going on. And this I am is a light into a darkness, because darkness just don't go away. When you shine light on it, it just flourishes and it opens up so you can see me.
That's right. That's right. That's
So
right.
when
I have
I
a
am
question.
in a, go ahead. You have a
Now,
question.
I got a question for you. What do you think? The negative side of I am. What do you? Because in the Bible it tells us when like what you're saying about I am, because who I say I am. What do you think the negative side of I am stems
Well,
from?
let me say this: negative, the positive and the negative are still on the same plane. It's not like it's a difference. Like hot and cold is no different. There's no difference. It's all in the same plane. It's the way you feel and think about it. Right at this point where I feel like I am grateful, I can feel like I'm ungrateful too. The bad part about it is when you see yourself so God don't see you as. If God don't see you as, He never said it was bad. He always said it was good. It's our thinking and our belief is where we start manifesting bad and negative things. So it comes into the environment that we're living. We start, and this is something that I had to learn how to stop doing too, comparing myself to others and what they got going on, and know that where I'm at is where I'm supposed to be. So once I stop looking at the outside and start using that third eye, because a lot of people don't believe in the third eye, but I do. Because see, these two eyes only see what goes on out here, but your spiritual understanding knows what goes on outside. So me, that's where my third eye is. Inspiration is my inner intuition, the understanding what's going on out here. To kind of put things into perspective. Is this what I call myself as being negative, or is this what I see myself as being? And I ask myself those questions too. Yvonne, to tell you, I ask myself questions a lot, because it takes me an understanding on what level I am at this point. I even get quiet when I feel like there's things that I feel that I'm in a negative attitude or a negative issue. I will close down. I will be quiet.
Yeah.
And it don't have anything to do with the other person. It has a lot to do with how I respond. And I am in a good place of responding better than I was before, because the responses is where a lot of us have problems with when it comes down to looking at ourselves or somebody looking at us negative. We respond in those ways.
Yeah.
So I hope that
For
answers your question.
it did, and for me, going, thinking on this, it put me in a better place because I had to get personal with myself because I had to say, where did, for me, where did these beliefs come from? Like how you asked me in the beginning, where did these beliefs come from, and why did I accept those? Why did I accept other people's views of me? And you know, uh, for me, I can go back and I can look and I can say that these started for me in childhood. Some family, family members, a failing marriage as you get older and things aren't working out. Church hurt, because I know what occurred to me when I was pregnant and the rejection from the church. Um, workplace rejection is like being in school all over again and that bullying type thing. And yes, past mistakes. And unfortunately, for me, I was living under words spoken by other people, and not even. And some of those people were broken themselves, but I didn't know any different. But as I got older, I started to see difference, and I started to speak more positive things into my life. And now going, really thinking on the two words I am and how you utilize them. Oh my goodness, it's like it's like a huge opening because I look at, the part that people don't want to deal with is where did it start. But for me, in order for me to just kind of be comfortable with the I am great, I am wonderful, I am, those type of things. I had to go back to the beginning of where it started for me.
Yes.
I had to.
Yes. And that's I was gonna piggyback off of that, dissecting it, going back. And whatever you press, progress. It keeps on going. If you
Mm-hmm.
press it, you can go. You have to go back to where it started and reveal the issues where it started. I had to go back where it started when I didn't feel like I was enough or I was smart enough, and then once all of that came up, I wrote about it, and then I had to go to that young me and tell that young me, it's okay. That's not who you
Mm-hmm.
are. That's what you experience. Okay?
Mm.
That's not what God said you was. That's not the almighty I am.
Mm.
You're not what people and places and things have pushed inside of you. And I get out of that anything hurt. That church hurt, that work hurt, that hurt. No, it's you hurt. It's the you hurt that you perceive, because see, one person might feel see you. It can happen to the same thing can happen to two people, but one person can see it one way, and another person can feel it, see it in another. It's your perception and what you perceive as being the hurt. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and it don't always, like I said, it's all on the same energy level. It's the way you perceive that energy. Somebody could say something negative, say something to you, like for instance, Yvonne, I might say something to you. You might not take it as harsh as maybe somebody out there, maybe Zach. I'm just going to, since he's on watching, I'm going to use you, Zach. Zach might
Big
say
brother.
something, big brother, my big brother. He might say something that might hurt your feelings. Said the same words, same thing, but what did you
Mm-hmm.
perceive from that?
Mm-hmm.
He might say, well, you know what, you're not smart. And I say to you, you're not smart. Girl, you playing, girl, you know I'm smart, because that's not the way you took it. But if Zach said you smart, you'd be like, yeah, I am. I maybe not. Maybe I am kind of stupid. So your perception of what person put into you, and especially people that you care about. Sometimes, like they say, sticks and stones may break my bones, but names may won't hurt. They hurt. They hurt.
They hurt.
They hurt.
They hurt.
They hurt. Yeah, they hurt.
They do.
Okay, because
do.
you think that they saying it and you press it and it's okay when they saying it, but deep down somewhere in your mind back there that you done figured out, okay, this might be true. I might feel this way, and then you start believing it, and then that's become part of your mindset of who you are, because that's the fact. That's what someone has put in.
Yeah. And and I have to say this. Understanding I am and incorporating I am positives into your life is not arrogance. It's not being conceited. I had somebody say something to me last night, and I just kind of laughed, and I looked at them and I said, I am. And what they said to me was, oh girl, you think you cute, you think you all that. And I looked at them and I didn't normally I would, in my old me would go off. No, I just looked at them and I just smiled and I even giggled about it and I said, I am. Because what they meant for something negative, I know that I am. And I'm not being arrogant about it. I love me. I love me. I love what God is doing in me. It has nothing to do with the physical appearance. It has everything to do with what's on the inside of me. So when you say that to me, like you said, the perception. I took that negative and I turned that perception into, oh my goodness, they see the change in me. And I was like, come on, girl, keep on doing what you're doing.
That's what I am is. I am.
Yes.
Like I told you, no, we're not separated. I am.
That's right. That's right.
Okay? So
that's right.
Whatever they felt, yes, I am is. That's exactly what I am is. Beautiful.
Yes.
Love
and I thought about it. I said, I can't wait to tell Marvina this one.
I am is all of these things in our lives.
That's right. I am.
Smart.
Thank you.
Creative. I am. Look what God said in the burning bush. I am who I am.
Yes.
Look at it. And when you start getting an understanding of that part, arrogant, no, that's not being arrogant. That's speaking truth. And what they say, truth sets you free. I am. Bam. Let me say what Zach said. Read what Zach said, because he got a book, and you know I don't be trying to read all of them.
Okay, hold on. Let me go up here and highlight it. Hold on.
Highlight it. Let my brother say, I love you, boo.
Look, even with my glasses on, let me highlight it. Here we go. Zach said, hold on, y'all. I'm working off of a different computer today, guys. There we go. Zach said, it's wild how you, with the help of God, can get deliverance from all those I am stigmas, that's right, that others condition you to believe and then you ran with. By being unworthy, a failure, self-sabotaging, etc. To run into a season later in life with people who you think will give praise to God for your change, only to turn around and have them, through the influence of Satan, to have you battling and resurrecting those same stigmas. That was a powerful point about what God told Moses, because that's the confession you have to stay in, because the battle is you versus you. Who will you choose? Come on and say that thing, big brother.
Baby. Let me put this like this. Let me put this.
That's right.
Yes, brother. What else? Go ahead. Tyra said something. Get Tyra.
Let me see what Tyra at. Let me see.
She's down right behind, right down. Want me to
right there.
See it? Yep.
Right here.
Whatever.
She said, she said, a philosopher stated, we are not disturbed by the events, but by our views about the events. That is true. Ooh, Tara, that is so true.
I love that.
That is so true.
I love it. How about
that? That is so very true.
Back in again. Get back.
Yeah. He said, yeah, people will try and humble you, or make you small or make you belittle yourself because of their misconceptions or jealous and envy. And you better say that. You better say that, because I'm gonna say this about me. You know, I believe that everybody should take pride in themselves, especially when leaving out of their homes. I really do. You're not gonna catch me out there, my hair sticking up on my head, rolls in my head. You just won't see me that way. And so if other people don't take that same pride and stuff in who they are, I can't do anything. I can't do anything on that. All I can do is just represent Yvonne. And Yvonne is comfortable in Yvonne's skin and comfortable with her. So yes, and I'm loving what God is doing in me. So baby, everything that you see, I received it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That means that my growth is showing.
Questions I want to give y'all, just some few questions, and I want y'all to go ahead on and ask yourself. You ain't got to write them down, but in the midst of we talking about them, and when I say, I would like for you to just think about this. Just some questions. What do I am? Do I say? What I am? Do I say? I think I put that wrong. But what I am? Do I say? Think about how many I ams you say throughout the day, and what do you say about yourself? You say I am. What I am.
How about this, guys? Drop one if you have, if you can, drop one. Drop one of your top I ams into the chat.
Yeah. Or
into the comments section.
Where did those beliefs come from? Just ask the question. I'm asking you a question. Same thing Yvonne asked me. Where did them beliefs come from? Or what I am statements have I accepted? What have you accepted about yourself? I mean, even if it's bad, good. I'm not saying it's all bad. Just think about it. And if you could put one in, I would love to see. Do those statements align with who God says I am?
Jesus.
Answer the question. Answer it. What new I am statements do I need to declare? I'm excited to hear one of them, see one of them. Bring it out. Bring it
I'm
up.
gonna put one in there.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna put one in there, mine. And this is one that I dealt with.
You taking this one down? You want to come on down with it?
I put it on. Oh, okay.
I don't know if you was gonna. Okay, I see.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, I put in there. I am weak, because I used to say that about myself when I first got sick. That's all that I saw. I saw weakness and punishment, and all these types of things. And then I had to realize, no, I'm strengthened by God. He's getting me through everything. That was one of the biggest ones for me. I am weak. And I started putting on that I am strengthened by God. I wrote out a list of different things when you said that this is what you wanted to discuss. And like I said, I'm so grateful.
Okay, so let's do a daily. Okay, let you bringing it back up. Okay, let's do a daily declaration. I'm sorry. Think or write a daily declaration. I am. Do you have it? Let me see. I think I wrote it.
Look, speak like I put it like this. Speak like your future is listening. Speak like your future is listening. I wrote one. Let me see.
Because I write my stuff down now. I start really getting it. I am in my true place of understanding of what and who I'm supposed to be as a role of a host, as a role of a daughter, as a role of a mother, as a role of a friend. I am in my true place of understanding and gratitude of who and whose I am. That was just two of my declarations. I didn't have too many. I don't want to sit here and tell y'all all of them, because these are like things I got personally within inside of me that I had to deal with. Okay, so let's see if someone. Okay, so Zach, he put one up. Let's see. Hold on, let me get this one down. You see Zach?
Let me see if I can see it. Hold
all the way on the end. Tara too.
Okay, so we'll get Zach's first. Zach said, I'm battling that. Did I put it up there? Oh, show. Sorry, guys. I'm battling that old, you're not worthy of nothing good, implemented as a child. I counter that with God saved me. He counted me worthy. Come on, brother.
Go ahead, my brother.
I love that.
Yep.
I love that.
Yep.
And then Tara said, let's see here. Hold on. Show. There we go. Tara said, I am not good enough. That was the biggest one because of what was put on me because of domestic abuse. But my new I am is not only am I good enough, I am more than enough. Yes. Yes, sister. Yes. Yes.
Yes. And I mean,
yes.
and like I said, you don't have to write these things. I love to hear and see what's going on, but I would like for y'all to really declare these things to yourselves and see where it makes a difference. And if it don't make a difference, I would be totally surprised. When you start speaking that I am, I promise you there will be a change in your life. Not only physical change, but a mental change. Because you start thinking positive about things instead of always looking down and thinking negative. I am is very important. It's a very, very, very important. Two-letter I am is so important. It's declaration. It's a declaration.
I put mine up there, V. Mine is, I am alive, and I am who God says I am. That's mine.
Mine is I am in a true place.
Come on now.
I am in a true place of whatever comes after that.
Jesus.
And my auntie, which I want to sing and say happy birthday to her. I don't get on here and absolutely my Chanel said absolutely what, Chanel? Absolutely. Before I do, and I know we have to go because you will have to be leaving soon. I don't want to go over your time. It is 9:52. I just want to give my auntie my since my mom been gone, this is my auntie mama. She's been really true to being an auntie mama. It's funny though, we talk on a whole different level every time I speak to her. We talk for hours. And we talk about things that where we at, and also we talk about I am, we talk about energy, we talk about universe, we talk about and it resonates with me because that's where I'm at today. So I want to say happy birthday to my auntie and give her many more. My auntie, I can't tell her name, her age, because she didn't give me permission to tell. But my auntie is wise. One of the wisest people I have spoken to in my lifetime. And she gives me the honor to speak my truth to her, and we're able to speak our truth to one another. So I just want to say happy birthday, auntie. I'm not gonna sing. You want me to sing? No, I'm not gonna sing. But I just want to say happy birthday to her. And may God bless her with many, many more. May universe give you
happy birthday, auntie.
Everything that you ask for and create, where he is here to serve you in your creation. God bless you, auntie. Thank you so much. All right, Yvonne, we are getting off because I know you have to get, and I don't want your Uber, your Lyft, whatever to come get you. We are ready.
I got them coming at 10:05.
Okay, so it's 9:50.
So we're good.
I don't want to mess
we're good. But I do want to give some shout outs. Like, last weekend Marvina and I had a wonderful experience in Macon. I'm gonna tell you something. It exceeded our expectations. Yeah. I'll be honest with you. The Harriet Tubman Museum. For those of you guys that are on the Eastern Seaboard, or even if you're traveling to the Eastern Seaboard, I implore you, take a trip to Macon and go to the Tubman Museum. It's a beautiful museum. It's very cost effective. It was less than $10 to get in, and it is beautiful. And the things that you learn and things that you see, I walked out of there with a new understanding and learned a couple of things. And I cannot remember the man's name in the gift shop. But his spirit was beautiful, and I just if you're watching the show, I just want to thank you. And he said something that encouraged me to do it. He said, you know, well, shoot, you can pay it forward, and I did. Marvina and I stood there. We paid. There was nobody else there at the time. We went ahead and paid for someone else to be able to, you know, come into the museum and everything. So, yeah. And I want to give a shout out to Frankie at Holistic Wellness. Marvina and I will be back.
That was the best massage.
It was, and then we went to the Bohemian Den. Wonderful shop, beautiful aromas and crystals and fragrances and people. We met so many. I'm gonna tell you, everybody we met was just beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful spirits, beautiful energies. And then we had brunch at Oliver's. I had the shrimp and grits. Never had shrimp and grits with mushrooms in it before, but it was really good. And then Marvina had what, the Brussels sprouts and bourbon glazed salmon. That's what you had. That's what you
I'm
had.
not a Brussels sprouts eater, but it was okay.
Yeah, but the salmon was the bomb. That
Salmon
was
was the bomb.
That was good. And we went to what was
What
it?
hotel we stayed at? We stayed at the Marriott.
The Marriott Residence Inn. And let me tell y'all about this. Now, we were so surprised when we walked up in that piece. It was supposed to be two beds and whatnot, but it was 2 bedrooms with 2 bathrooms with a fireplace and everything in this. Very cost effective and very inexpensive. And when I tell you the staff was amazing.
Yes.
The staff was amazing. We did not have a single complaint about this hotel. We did not. Very clean. Very clean. We have been in some pricier accommodations, and we were wondering what happened. Did they forget to have room service come in and clean before we got there?
What was they?
Not here.
The young man was Willie.
Willie, Kimberly,
and I knew I was
LaShonda. Yes.
Shout
out to you guys down there. I'm telling you guys, look them up. And it's the Residence Inn by Marriott in Macon. And then we went to go get seafood. I tell y'all this. And you know, it's like a little strip. We didn't know it was in the strip mall with the little menus and stuff plastered all over the windows and 2 tables. So we said no. We opted out and went to this Japanese hibachi restaurant. We were kind of skeptical. I'm not gonna lie, we were skeptical. Marvina's feet were sticking to the floor, and the cooking stations didn't look. But when I tell you, the food was amazing, and we met 2 people that thought Marvina and I were crazy initially. They had us sitting across at a hibachi. So Marvina and I, we kept getting up and moving over one chair until we was literally sitting by them.
Yeah.
And it turned to a beautiful conversation. And that is how God worked things. And actually, the lady is going to be on. She's going to be on our show. She's going to be on one of our upcoming segments. And then on our way, when we were leaving, we went to IHOP. Everything we did before then, we stayed off of the commercialized trip. We said we weren't going to do anything commercialized. But I know, I want to. A lot of making was surprises for my BFF, and one of her favorites is IHOP. So we hit IHOP on the way out, and it did not disappoint. Shout out to Janet, who's the manager. Shout out to, what's the other 2? Devin. Devin was our waiter. And Miss Sunshine, I cannot think of her name, but she was just smiling. And she made us feel, not only did they make us feel welcome, she made us feel extremely welcome when we came in. Just the biggest smile and the biggest welcoming and everything. And we had a wonderful, wonderful time. We really did. Thank you guys. We will be back to making
that happen, because I didn't expect none of it. I was thinking we was just gonna go to cause she been talking about this museum. I said, okay, we're gonna go. I'm just gonna go to this museum and enjoy her. But when I got there, I was so surprised. You know, she loved history. I'm okay. I'm a here and now person. I never really got into it, but I do like Black history. I ain't gonna lie. I do like the Black history. But I've learned a lot. And even in the Harriet Tubman, Tyler Perry got his own room. He got his own room.
He got his own,
The Harriet Tubman don't even have her own room. He got his own room, okay? So it's really nice. I enjoy every part of this.
Go check it out.
Scenery, and I, like I said, I want to thank my BFF because she made it such a great adventure, just a great time away from being at home, but not being at home. I love that part. So anyway, that was a wonderful day. Now we get ready to go.
Yeah, we get ready to get up out of here, guys. We get ready to get up out of here.
Yeah, go ahead on and take us out, Yvonne, because
Hey, all right, guys. I'm gonna go through this really quickly. We got What's in the Bag, our interactive group page. Continue to join us for those conversations. Motivational Monday, Talk About It Tuesday, Wednesday Wisdom, Thankful Thursday, and Friday. And I know I said that wrong, Wisdom Wednesday. And then also we have our What's in the Bag directory. That is What's in the Bag with a question mark, where you guys can take and put, you guys can post different things in on that. Especially if you guys know about, especially if you guys know about somebody that has a business or something and you want to help promote them and get them out there. Please feel free to take and put something on that page. Yeah. And then as always, you guys can find us on Twitch and YouTube, and that is What's in the Bag 21. That is What's in the Bag and the number 21, no spaces. And we would like you guys to go there, like, share, and subscribe. And then you guys want to talk to us, 833-520-9482, extension 700 or 701, 833-520-WITB.
Yeah. Thank you so much, y'all.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for being a part. And I hope y'all got something out of this. Next week we have another guest coming on. Come on and watch. And I can't tell you the names. I can't tell you what the topic is. What I love about What's in the Bag, we're not scripted. So half the time you don't even know what the topic is. I let you know the topics throughout the week. And I know y'all asked the question, what do I am got to do with What's in the Bag? Let me tell you what I am, then I'm going to get off this. This is my last advice. What's in the Bag, I am is a representative of the mind, basically. And the bag is a representative of the mind. And the content of your bag is your everyday experience. And when you say I am is your everyday experience, is what you declare. So let me let you know. Learn to use the I am in a positive way. Stop using it to declare bad things over your life. That's what's in my bag. All right, Yvonne. Go ahead on, baby. Take it on.
I got to say this real quickly. Look, be careful what follows your I am, because whatever comes next has the power to shape your life. Make sure your words agree with your purpose. Because you're not what happened to you, you're who God says you are. And that is worth declaring. With that being said, guys, it's a beautiful day. And as always, stay blessed, be a blessing, and have a blessed day. I love you guys so much. I look forward to seeing you guys next Saturday.
Have a good day.
I had to listen.
Bye. See you next Saturday.
To the words I was saying about myself. Every I am was shaping me. Even the ones you said without thinking, those carried weight too. I used to say I'm tired, I'm not enough, like it was truth. But that wasn't truth. That was what you learned. I watched struggle growing up, and I made it mean something about me. You made it mean you weren't deserving, yes. Like I wasn't meant to have more, but you were never lacking. You were carrying a mindset that wasn't yours, and I brought it into my life, into how I saw myself, into what you allowed, into what you believed. Not realizing that wasn't who I am. So who are you now? I am learning, I am growing, I am letting go. Say it again. I am no longer in lack. That's right. I am no longer that mindset. You've outgrown it. I am stepping into something new. Call it what it is. I am deserving